I'm alive and live. Hi, everyone. Emily Haynes here with This Yogi Dances. I realized I should have just gotten myself some yoga blocks, so I'm going to grab those in a second. But while you're getting settled in here for this Thursday's edition of self-massage thighs, if you don't have an oil, get yourself an oil and bare legs. It's going to make things much more pleasant. Okay, so coconut oil, olive oil, like if you would put it on in your mouth, you could put it on your body. This is arnica oil and some other situations combined. I just happen to really like this one because it also has anti-inflammatory situations in it. And let me tell you what, on Tuesday, I went super hard with all of the workout things. So I'm a bit sore, and that's helpful. I did that Tuesday night massage before I went to bed, and it was super helpful. I'm less sore than I think I would have been without it. If you have, so I'm holding this ab roller because we're going to do something with it today. Getting into your own hamstrings is challenging. So if you have something like, I like to do these for inner thighs. We did that one of the first weeks that we had self-massage. So if you have something like this, or like a tennis ball is not really going to get into, especially if you have a meaty thigh, going to get into your own hamstring. This is a massage ball. I don't know if it has the, oh, there we go. Moji. This is one that you can put actually in the microwave, and they do now have smaller versions of it. It's very hard, but you put it in the microwave for about 2 minutes and then it stays warm for a while. It's a delight. So if it's going to be a while until you can see your massage person, or you just prefer to do like self-massage, have it around the house, it's not cheap. Don't let your dog chew it. That happened to my mom. Destroyed it. But they're really, really great. GoMoji.com, I believe. Not an advertisement. I just like their product. Or if you have, why can't I think of the name of this now? It's another self-massage tool. Wow, I just spent a lot of time at the phone store trying to get a new phone. So my brain, I'm going to think of it in 5 seconds and blurt it out. But if you have one of these self-massage tools, that is another way that you could get into the back of your hamstring today. If you don't have any of these things, or something similar that will like give you pressure, I've even used a wooden craft ball before to get into my hamstring when I was having some serious thigh issues. That is an option, but I'm going to give you an option that will do some nerve line opening that might do similar work as like self-manipulation for massage on your thighs. So we'll go over those things today. I'm just going to grab a block or two. Get yourself comfortable here. Again, bare legs, helpful. Oil will be more pleasant. And we'll get to it here. I do have my little anatomy flashcards today. So if you've never visualized or like seen a visual representation of what your muscles are in your thigh, I feel like it's really helpful because there's a lot going on in there so that you can visualize it, you can feel it, and you can know what you're affecting. The one that I wanted to get mostly for the inner thigh was sartorius. I almost thought that my little flashcards didn't have a visual of this, but you can see the inner knee here. It's the one that if you can see it in your thigh, is that like that muscle that comes across here and makes that little divot in your inner thigh. That's this guy. So if you tend to have knee pain, my right sartorius gets unhappy. I mean, they both do, but it definitely affects my knee and I get knee pain. So that's one of those guys. Gracilis on your inner thigh, because we're going to do the whole thigh today, is more of that muscle that you can palpate that just goes straight up and down and not on a diagonal. Okay. So let's actually start with the inner thigh. We'll start there, and then we'll go over hamstring and quad stuff. So charging up your hands today. And as we go here, probably like 2 pumps of whatever you got will be plenty. Charging up our hands here today, start to check in with your breath. So as you're charging here, and charging just meaning that you're getting oil all over the palm of your hand, maybe even a little on the knuckles today because we're gonna do some knuckle manipulation and maybe even some elbow stuff. I'm gonna leave that up to you, but I'm gonna dig my elbow into my thigh here today. And making heat. So heat on the body feels good. It's relaxing. So let's do it with our own body parts. Charging up, you can go back and forth, you can make circles. Just go till it gets hot heat. And then keep with your breath. Big inhales and big exhales. And if you want, you could prop yourself up. I'm just going to use a block here today, but you could prop yourself up with a bunch of pillows on the side of your couch. Maybe if you are sitting on your couch and you want it on your coffee table, a chair, do that. So pick a thigh here and just taking long strokes from the top of the thigh down towards the knee and maybe giving some circles. And then maybe go from outer and inner thigh, circles around the outside of the knee. And then maybe even coming up from the back of the hamstring to the back of the knee. So just checking in with the body here. Feeling what pressure feels good today. And apparently my skin is real dry because it already inhaled all of that oil. You might find that some sweeps up feel better for you. Just find your way around the thigh. Check in, and you might already be feeling some places where you're like, well, I did not know that was there. If you want to go all the way down the length of the leg, do it. All right, and then coming to the inner thigh here. So I can already feel it. Coming on that diagonal from inner knee, across the inner thigh and up. Okay, I'm just feeling around there. Ooh, yeah. So I can go to the side of the muscle as I find it. Or I can be directly on top. You might find fleshier thighs, maybe just a tighter muscle. One hand on top of the other can help with a little pressure down and in. I highly suggest inhaling here and exhaling as you go the length of the muscle. Maybe coming to one side, you can do hand over hand. On the other side, hand over hand. And then just taking some strokes along the thigh so that your nervous system can go, oh yeah, no, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. All right, and then coming from inner thigh, strict inner thigh to that inner knee, just up and down. And if you feel some tightness, I have a old knee injury on this knee. It's on the lateral side, but I feel my attachments here. You can even roll around the joint, so not necessarily directly on the attachment. You can roll around the knee attachment. I tend to get super tight, way up high in my inner thigh, taking the thumbs side by side, pressing them down, and then pushing away. Is a lot. Breathe. Pushing down. So gracilis isn't the only thing happening here on the inner thigh, but that is a major one. And then if you find any spots, like here, for whatever reason lately, there's just been a major hot spot on my thigh. So even just taking my thumb here, I don't even have to think about putting my elbow in. Taking my thumb in here is enough. Big inhales. Big exhales. Woo! And then maybe give it a little swipe. And doing that 1 or 2 times. If you're like, ooh, Emily, I certainly don't feel anything. Never worry. Do not worry. Little pump of oil, probably same elbow as thigh. Oil your elbow. Take it, maybe fist, hand on top. Oh, push in and down and push away. You can also push in and down and swipe up. You can go on the diagonal of your thigh. Just be sure, especially here with the elbow, you could roll over the joint, but you're definitely taking like skin to skin pressure here. On top of the joint, you aren't doing hard pressure that you would do in the belly of the muscle. Ooh, and then if you find your hot spots, which, hallelujah, finding it, push down and maybe even give small circles. You can play with going clockwise and counterclockwise. There are different reasons for the direction in which you might swipe depending on kind of massage you are trying to practice or your intention. According to Ayurvedic massage, ooh, there it is, breathe. How is your jaw? How is your neck? If you close your eyes, don't close your eyes to check out, do it to check in. Are you tensing anything in the foot or in the hip socket itself? Going clockwise direction on the body kind of locks in an energetic pattern, in theory, in Ayurvedic theory. Take some more swipes, finishing up here on the inner thigh. Going in a counterclockwise motion. So as you're affecting the body, counterclockwise, undoing that action. And other forms of self-massage, brushing the limbs down away from the heart has a different cleansing effect than swiping up and in towards the heart center if you are trying to release toxins up and in towards the heart center. Different options, okay? So let's leave that inner thigh alone. Let's support the leg so we can come to the top of the thigh to our quadriceps. Second side will probably go a little bit faster. Oops, I didn't mean to bump that. I'm just finding my other cards here. That is posterior. So our 4 quadricep muscles, straight in the middle. That one that gives you the bulgy action on the side of your knee usually, or possibly, depending on how your muscles form in your body. Rectus femoris here, 1 of 4 quadricep muscles. Quadriceps, quad, 4. Okay, vastus lateralis. It's the lateral side, towards the IT band side. This will probably be the one that wants to attach to your IT band. The IT band gets really tight. It does for me. Vastus medialis, being in the middle. Intermedius. Okay, so those 4 muscles. Probably won't be able to feel them all separately, but maybe using thumbs here. If you need more oil, take more oil. And like we did as we started, using the whole palm for now and maybe the heel of the hand more to press away, and then now using knuckles maybe to come back, kind of like a sweeping motion of the center of the knuckle. I can do that on the way up. I can push down with the palm, heel of the hand, and use the knuckles to come up. I can also do that on the way down if you so desire. As one of the massage people that I like to see, we sort of have code toothpaste leg. I want her to squeeze my leg out like toothpaste. So you can imagine that squeezing in and pushing forward. You can squeeze in and pull back. And then maybe even taking that more to the center part of the thigh, pushing forward and back. You can continue with knuckle action. How's your shoulders? Keep them out of the face. Or you can bring it more towards thumbs. You can find, ooh yeah, more of that inner quad. Come down and around by the attachment. I always get some thumping that happens there in my muscle. And then the one I feel like is easiest for me to feel is here on the lateral part of the thigh. IT band, lateral quad. Woo! I'm just seeing what you can find. It should be just that pressure. It feels quite nice. And coming up, depending on like what kind of pants you're wearing here, coming up as high up into the thigh, into the hip crease as you like. Exploring and finding what you feel with your thumbs. Just learning something about your body here today. And take one more of those sweeps, maybe with the heel of the hand and then back with the knuckles, or forward and back with the knuckles. Pressing down and in, squeeze it out like toothpaste. All right. So that IT band, we went medial thigh. We came to the front of the thigh. Now coming to the lateral thigh. There that guy is. Really is literally just a band of ligament that runs the side of the body. I did get the chance. So if possible, I come and sit to the side here. I can keep my leg up on height. If I need it for knee support, I can put something underneath my knee. It doesn't have to be something hard. Maybe you still need some height underneath your ankle here. Maybe it's okay just to flop the knees all to one side. You also are now, ooh, my hip just moved, getting a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. If I encourage this hip down towards the floor, not back, but just down towards the floor, and do that gently. As we're talking here, take some swipes of the heel of the hand down the lateral part of the leg. More oil if you need it. Ah, and I forgot to get the plug for my computer. I will have to go find that. You keep rubbing the outer part of your leg. I will be right back. You can also hear, it's going to be a real fun, interesting experience if you start getting your knuckles involved, coming up and coming down. Maybe where your IT band likes to attach to your hamstring, maybe where your IT band likes to attach to the frontal quad. Keep breathing. It's probably going to get very real. Of course, now I don't know where it is. Everything's going so well. In the office. All right, are you still breathing? Are you still massaging that lateral part of your thigh? Did it get really real? You should probably drink lots of water. Our second thigh is going to go a lot faster. Saved by that. Okay. So I can continue to go with the hand, knuckles. This is my least favorite thing. One of them anyway, but I know I need to do it. If this feels okay for the knees, and I don't know if you can see my skin changing color a little bit, but I definitely am kicking some stuff up because I can see, especially here, where my hot spot is, where I feel like, ooh, something is really happening there. Really kicking up. See there, you can see it. Getting blood flow going there. All right. Maybe you need to oil up your heel. This is an optional thing. If this feels okay for the knees, I can use the strength and weight of my heel, of my other foot, to go up and down the lateral part of the thigh, digging into the IT band. You could also use theracane. I remembered. You could use your theracane. I really would rather not. Kind of a lot. But if you have a specific spot where you're really trying to make separation in the muscles, but be very careful with yourself, please. We're making sensation, but not pain here. Okay. So I'm going to give you, this nerve line opening action. Woo! That you can do in case you want to just kick it with the nerve line opening action instead of taking the other options for hamstring massage. If, as I hold on to my leg, Hands interlace behind the thigh. I cannot get my legs straight. I take a strap like something and I get my legs straight, even if that means my foot is not over my seat. Flex the foot really hard. Point the foot really hard. Take your shoulders to the floor. Flex the foot really hard. Point the foot really hard. Flex and point. Try to articulate, if you can see my toes there, through the whole foot. Toes going last, toes going first. Toes going last, toes going first, but the leg is straight. That's where we start to massage along the sheath of the nerve there. Take your outer hip, whatever leg is working, away from the face. So you'll stay here and just do these for a moment. You'll push into whatever you have and do the same thing. We do a couple here together. So it's like I could burst my hands apart. Maybe I pull in to my maximum, or like right before maximum, and flex and point. If you feel some tingles happening toward your toes, for some reason today I feel it out the fourth metatarsal. I also feel some tingling happening here in the outer hamstring. But if it's hard tingling, let it go. So you can stay there. You relax that for a second, and then you repeat. So neutral position, push forward position, pulled into the chest position. And as I'm letting it go, I feel like energetic release, nerve line release out the whole leg. Should feel pretty great. If your option is to take something behind, I can go lateral, I can go medial, or massage-like thing, coming up and down, and I will show you 3 hamstrings, 4 quads, 3 hamstrings. Medial hamstring, center of thigh, cementinotus, biceps femoris, lateral guy. Cool. Taking a little pressure, I'm going to use the ab roller here because I kind of like that it has the 2 wheels, so I feel like you can get on either side of something and roll forward and back. If you turn your toes in, you'll hit medial muscle more, so toes in towards the center of the body. You can see my pinky toe pointing up. Maybe just like 5 up and downs here. Say this is 4. Did a lot of hamstring work in this past week. Definitely feeling this. Once you've done your 5, you can just be sitting on your butt using your theracane going up and down. That curved part of the cane. So now my foot is in neutral. Toes pointing up, all 5 of them. My jaw is soft. I'm using my breath. Has that hook so you can use the action of the arms, find pressure on parts of your body that you otherwise might not be able to massage unless you're pushing yourself into a table. That is stuff I've started to do into anything that you can find your muscles into. Turning the big toe up, pinky toe down, lateral side of the hamstring, going up and down. Ooh. This thing really isn't staying centered, but it's giving me a very interesting massage here. It is working. After your 5th one, maybe find a hot spot, slowly unwind, and just kick it with the legs out in front of you. I definitely feel one thigh is a bit happier than the other thigh. Going through the other side of the body a bit faster, one thing after the other. So charging up our hands. We started a little bit after 5 today. We're going to go a little bit after 5:30. Not full half hour. And then taking brushes of the thigh. Using the heel of the hand, maybe coming down the front, the quad, up the back of the hamstring. Be spending some time going around the knee, the front of the knee, the lateral side of the knee, even the back of the knee. I'm giving swipes again using the heel of the hand and all 4 fingers. Heel of hand and swipes of fingers coming. There you go, you can see it. You can exaggerate it. Okay. Coming to the top of the thigh, the quads. Using the thumbs here to go down. Oh, we started with the inner thigh here previously, but let's start with the quad here. We're already here. With the thumbs, maybe coming up with the fingers, maybe going down with the heel of the hand and coming up with knuckles. So I'm on either side of the top part of the thigh. There's just some surprise stuff in here. I'm squeezing in for the toothpaste visual of the leg. Then I can come directly to the top of the thigh. Still squeezing in and down. Toothpasting the leg. And then you know when the toothpaste gets kind of a little bit dry and it's kind of harder to get out of the tube? That can happen to your muscles too. Like they are a living part of your body that need moisture, as I say with my iced coffee over here that I just made myself. Not really great for loosening the muscles. Coffee contracts your cardiovascular system. It sucks moisture out of the body. All right, take one more of those swipes of the quad using thumbs, heel of hand, or the knuckles of the hand. And then turning the leg out here, coming to the inner thigh. Again, the thigh that goes on the diagonal, from inner knee towards top of thigh. Inner knee towards top of thigh, or coming directly up and down. Those 2 muscles we came through. From the knee coming across. Yeah, this is the inner thigh. Just feels it. Be pushing down with heel of hand, probably thumbs, and coming back up with 4 fingers, how you can find maybe one hand over the other. I'm already not looking forward to the elbow coming here into the thigh, but it's going to feel great afterwards. Swiping up and maybe swiping down. Still on the diagonal, across the femur. Maybe coming up and down, directly lengthwise of the inner thigh. Hand over hand, heel of hand, maybe even using knuckles. Notice if your shoulders are coming into your ears, keep them away from the ears. Are you still breathing? Maybe exhale. And then, in case that wasn't fun enough, if you used your elbow on the first side, guess what? I'm going to do it on the second side. And hey, if your elbows were dry, they're also going to be very moisturized now. Same elbow as inner thigh, maybe a singular pump. Rub it on the elbow. And coming up and down. You could make extra pressure. The higher you go up into the inner thigh, the more fun things might get. I'm not pushing super hard, except, ooh, right there where there's a hot spot. I can engage the back by, this is my right side, give a little pressure. I can also use this opposite hand to give a little push down. Breathe. Something like 10 more seconds here on the inner thigh. You can swipe up and swipe down. Ooh, I did not know that that was there. Oh, that is a surprise today. Woo! All right. Last giant inhale and exhale. You can also make small circles. Okay, phew, that was a lot in there. I will be doing that again later tonight because clearly that leg needs a bit more love Turning the knees in, supporting underneath the knee if you need to. I'm getting oil all over the floor. Supporting underneath the knee if you need to, the foot if you need to, and giving yourself some action down the outer leg. Maybe coming to where IT band might want to live next to your quad, coming even farther back where IT band might like to live with hamstring. You can use the heel of the hand, you can drag back up with the fingertips. Option we didn't discuss yet is using fingertips and thumb, squeezing on either side, coming up and down. Do something that feels good and that you can give yourself a decent amount of pressure. Again, this does not bother the knee. So give yourself some height, use a pillow, use 3 pillows. The ankle needs to be okay too. If you're feeling torque on the knee, you're like, wow, this is twisting my knee in a weird way, point your working leg foot. If I have it flexed, that makes more twist in the knee. All right. This side is definitely more inner thigh than outer thigh because my thigh is not changing color like it did on the other side. Coming up and down, maybe just using the knuckles. So you can really like wash out your own body. Who needs a metal tool? Use your own body coming up and down. Now I'm color changing for sure. You can see it. Last 10 seconds or so here. Another few big breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. Woo, all right, definitely heated. Make sure you drink plenty of water. Again, laying back, you can stay here and do this all day. Supporting the thigh, legs straight. So even if that means that the foot comes farther away from the face and not over the butt, you need a supportive strap-like situation, flexing and pointing, but you are squeezing your quad to straighten the leg. Flex and point. Take 3 more here. Flex and point. Push into the hand just for a few, or into your strap-like situation, shoulders to the floor. And then find your range of motion, pulling in, flexing and pointing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue to do that if that's your option. You don't have something to press into the hamstring, or take your something that is going to press into the hamstring. If I had a roll or something like this guy, I could hang out here and roll up and down. But my arms are doing all the work to make pressure into the thigh. Could be useful. I prefer to allow gravity to do the majority of the work. Find it, maybe your medial thigh first. I take some adjusting. So center hamstring, center to the body hamstring, medial, big toe side, pinky toe pointing up, big toe trying to point down. And if you have a hot spot place, hang out in that hot spot place. That is pretty high up in my hamstring. I feel it. I'm gonna hang out there. Exhale. Coming to the center of the thigh, sometimes soon. You know, as you're going on your own, you don't have to go the same tempo and speed that I am. You don't have to be fully together here, especially if you're watching this back after the live. I always like stop and rewind. Forward and back, center of thigh. Then we go lateral thigh, pinky toe side of the leg. Sometimes soon, I turn the pinky toe down, the big toe up. I have to, adjust, there we go, a couple times. Going on a weird rock and roll here. 5 more swipes. There we go. I found the right spot, the right pressure now. Excuse me, ab roller's not flipping back and forth. All right, let that go. Kick the legs out in front, maybe flex and point the toes. Hopefully they feel a bit even, they feel rather good. Maybe turn in, maybe turn out. Cool. I thank you for being here today for this Thursday. Oh my gosh, that's it, the 28th? The 28th of May. We're almost in June. Woo! Self-massage edition of thighs using mostly manual manipulation. We'll continue to explore using other types of manipulation, like using tools and stuff, blocks, table if you got it, door frame if you got it, on different parts of the body. But again, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed it. Share the video, like the video if you enjoyed it. It would be super cool to continue to grow this community, and pay what you can if you can. But thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.